Good morning. My thesis title is The Journey of Becoming Peer Facilitators, Basis for Modular Enhancement in Peer Counseling. Over the years, there has been a drastic increase in reports that stresses the necessity of a support system to decrease existing problems and overcome difficulties of an individual. That is why the Peer Facilitating Group was created. According to Ransel, a peer facilitator helps others work through their problems by offering emotional support as well as guidance regarding different situations. Facilitators can use their life experiences to help relate to others facing similar circumstances. As they help others, peer facilitators also frequently see an increase in their self-confidence and ability to handle conflict. In the city of Balanga, the government lead the implementation of the peer facilitating group in schools at the selected public schools as an official program for the youth in building leadership, share experiences, and helping others. Furthermore, the city of Balanga implemented the City Ordinance Number 16, Series 2018, which is an ordinance creating the Adolescent and Youth Health Development Program in the city of Balanga and appropriating funds thereof. Under the ordinance are the peer facilitators, which are young people, students, or out-of-school youth trained on peer facilitation that will undertake informal or organized educational activities with their peers. However, researchers show that there have been few studies that talk about the challenges and concerns of the experiences of peer facilitators, which is imperative for the improvement of the program. Thus, the researcher aimed to explore the journey of the peer facilitators from their experiences as peer facilitators in Balanga City. An in-depth understanding of the study may serve as a platform to innovate the existing program centered to peer facilitating group and enhance the experiences of peer facilitators in understanding where they are coming from and understanding their challenges as a facilitator to other students. Equally important, the study has a lot of benefits to the community. Wood declared that peer facilitation is an active learning technique that is often found in schools. Through the study, it may help peer facilitators overcome difficulties and enhance their effectiveness in facilitating a group. Statement of the problem. The purpose of the study is to gain an in-depth understanding of the lived experiences of the peer facilitators in Balanga City through exploration in this phenomenon. Specifically, it sought to answer the following queries. How may the lived experiences of peer facilitators in Balanga City be described? What is the essence of the experiences of the selected peer facilitators? Based on the findings, what module enhancement on peer counseling may be proposed? This study was anchored on Albert Ellis' rational emotive behavior therapy theory, Albert Bandura's social learning theory, and Lev Vygotsky's social development theory. Rational emotive behavior therapy theory is an active directive philosophically and empirically based psychotherapy, the aim of which is to resolve emotional and behavioral problems and disturbances and to help people to lead happier and more fulfilling lives. It has relevance to the study since it is focused on counseling and helping others bring out the best in them and developing a sound mind and healthy mental health. It is also aligned to the objective of the peer facilitators, which is promoting a healthy emotional and behavioral state of an individual through peer facilitation. Likewise, Bandura's social learning theory emphasizes that an individual can learn in multiple ways and the environmental factor plays an important role in influencing learning to an individual. It has relevance to the study since it talks about lived experiences of peer facilitators which play in the development of learning from an individual, particularly in the students. While Vygotsky's social development theory asserts that the important learning by the child occurs through social interaction with a skillful tutor. The tutor may model behaviors or provide verbal instructions for the child. The theory applies to the current study since peer facilitation is also related to learning through the influence of others and environment. As shown in the figure, the framework emphasizes that the lived experiences of the peer facilitators and how they give meaning to their experiences are viewed from the perspective of rational emotive behavior therapy theory, or REBTT. It shows the relationship of each symbol and the research process of the entire study and how each of them is correlated to each other. The left side of the diagram denotes the lived experiences of the peer facilitators in the division of Balanga, which is a meaningful area of the study. It is vital information that is needed for the study to formulate conclusions and recommendations. The experiences of the peer facilitators are governed by the rational emotive behavior therapy, which is to resolve emotional and behavioral problems and disturbances to help people lead a happier and more fulfilling life. While the right side of the diagram focuses on the insights of the exploration of the life experiences of the peer facilitators, which is also governed by the rational emotive behavior therapy. The different aspects of the diagram work hand in hand. The information that the researcher gathered through the entire process of the study centered on the paradigm served as the basis in formulating the proposed recommendations and basis for modular enhancement in peer counseling. A qualitative research design, methods of the research. A qualitative research design which fosters an opportunity to develop right descriptions that vividly communicate the participants' experiences was used for this study. Through this research design, the researcher was able to gather the data directly from each of the peer facilitators of the Balanga City. It used the phenomenological descriptive method since the study aims to explore the lived experiences of peer facilitators in Balanga City. According to Creswell, phenomenology is an approach to qualitative research that focuses on the commonality of a lived experience within a particular group. The present study made use of the phenomenological approach of Mustakas. According to Mustakas, methods of preparation are reviewing the professional and research methods, formulating the research questions, illustrating the topic and research questions, and selecting the participants. The participants of the study were selected peer facilitators of the division of Balanga. The selection of the respondents was done using a purposive sampling technique, which is a non-probability sampling technique in gathering data for the qualitative area of the research. The idea behind purposive sampling is to concentrate on people with particular characteristics who will better be able to assist with the relevant research. 10 out of 1,364 peer facilitators are were chosen as the respondents of the study. 7 among them belong to the pioneer batch of the peer facilitators in July 2016, and the other 3 were Special Program of the Employment of Students or SPES volunteers in Balanga City in April 2017. Peer facilitators were chosen in the condition that the participants must be a resident and former students of the city or division of Balanga. Moreover, the participants are chosen through their active participation and contributions in the program, and the length of their service as peer facilitators is at least 2 years. The study used the guided survey questionnaires, which was validated by the experts in the field of guidance and counseling. It is a self-made questionnaire but considered some point from the application questionnaire for peer facilitators used by the City of Balanga. Another thing is that the questionnaire is adapted from the theories cited in Chapter 2 of the study to align the goals and objectives of the study. Before the administration of the questionnaire, the feedback was given to the researcher to improve the questionnaire and add strength to the instrument. All the information and data that was collected was treated with utmost confidentiality and was validated by the experts. Mistakes and actions were treated carefully and had a counteractive action so that the reliability of the information was preserved. Afterward, the researcher presented the instrument and scheduled it for an interview. An in-depth one-on-one interview to the respondents was done to gather valuable information about the research study that could bolster and strengthen the gathered data from research study. Informed consent was explained and signed by the respondents prior to the interview, and interviews were audio recorded and photos were taken during the interview. And photos were taken during the interview. In the study, the preparation and collection of data was patterned after the steps given by Mostakas. Again, given by Mostakas. To collect data, the following steps were done by the researcher: formulating the questions, defining terms of questions, conducting literature review and determining the original nature of the study, developing criteria for selecting participants, establishing contract, obtaining informed consent, ensuring confidentiality, agreeing to place and time commitments, and obtaining permission to record and publish, and develop instructions and guide questions or topics needed for the phenomenological research interview. It involved primary and secondary sources of data collection in the City Health Office of Balanga City. The most important part of the data collection of the research study is the data that came from the respondents of the study through the aid of the guided questionnaires. The researcher first made use of the secondary source of data collection, which is gathering information from the related literature and relevant studies from different researches related to the study. The researcher compiled and summarized the gathered data to serve as a basis and platform of the study. Afterward, the research made use of the primary source of data, which is the gathering of data from the respondents through the and set of questions for the non-structured interview. This study made use of the guideline framework for an abbreviated version of the Stevik-Kolizikine method of analysis. Of the Stevik-Kolizikine method of analysis as discussed by Mostakas and Creswell in analyzing the data collection. The researcher observed the following steps: transcribing the interview proceedings accurately, bracketing the researcher's experience with the phenomenon, identifying significant statements that describe the experiences of each participant. All relevant statements were recorded, and non-repetitive, non-overlapping statements called meaning units were listed, and the statements were categorized into groups called themes. Thematic analysis was created that represented the central idea of the participants. Presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data. So here I have 10 participants. with their age, sex, current school when first involved in peer facilitators program, and year when first joined the peer facilitators program. The table 1 presents the profile of participants in terms of age, sex, current school when first involved in the peer facilitators program, and year when first joined the peer facilitators program. In terms of age, 21 is 1, 21 years old, 1, 20 years old, 2, 19 years old, 5, 18, 2. In terms of sex, male 3, female 7. Current school, 7 from BPSU, 1 from Tomas del Rosario College, 1 from St. Louis University, and 1 is an out-of-school youth. Schools when they first involved in the program, 2 from BNHS, 7 from COBNHS, and 1 from Tomas del Rosario College. And year when first joined the peer facilitators program, 7 was in 2016 and 3 in 2017. Analysis of the data is divided into 3 parts. In this section, the lived experiences of the peer facilitators are discussed. It focuses on the peer facilitators' journey from contemplating to enter the peer facilitators program until their present situation as senior peer facilitator. The figure shows the core experiences that emerged from the transcripts of the interview of the participants that reflect what their lived experiences as peer facilitators are. As you can see, there are 5 major themes: helping others, which give way to the concept of people empowerment; helping others and feeling of contentment, which is connected to people empowerment, serve as an inspiration and becoming a role model; personal growth and self-development through seminars and trainings, increase their learnings and they increase self-confidence; educating and increasing mental health awareness; stress management. Related topics are related to this are stress management, people education, and positive outlook in life; contributing to the community. They become problem solver, helping the youth, and sharing of lessons in life. And then practicing self-care through self-grounding, self-awareness, and self-reflection. Majority of the participants did not envision themselves from becoming a member of the peer facilitators program. Indeed, many circumstances and reasons made them realize to adhere to the call of becoming a peer facilitator. Hence, it can be elucidated from the findings that the members are very much dedicated, motivated, and committed to lending their help and services to the community despite the existing issues and challenges of being a peer facilitator. An important finding of this study is that peer facilitators' experiences help them learn how to resolve conflict with themselves, like balancing time between their studies and volunteer work. Another key important point is the experience of the peer facilitators that centers in empowering other people through helping the youth surpass life challenges. Peer facilitators program is an eye-opener of how powerful a helping hand can be to an individual through the use of proper knowledge, mentoring, and support from peers and superiors. The Peer Facilitators Program indicates how the government of the Philippines can extend a hand to those that are in need and how Balanga City can promote a safe environment for the youth free from danger and vices. The study may serve as a basis for the enhancement of the program for peer facilitators on how the government can intensify the experiences of the peer facilitators and how the program can extend longer its hand in helping a lot of youth. Recommended module enhancement plan on peer counseling. So, the researcher prepared. Here are the content of the recommended module enhancement on peer counseling. Rationale, peer facilitators are important youth of the urgent generation that adheres to the aims of the government for the young student to bring the best out of them and be able to surpass life challenges and resolve existing conflicts and concern. Moreover, to intensify the campaign of the peer facilitating program of Balanga City against deterioration of quality of life of the youth, an enhancement plan on peer counseling for peer facilitators is needed to upgrade the existing policy implementation of the program. Besides, it may serve as a start-up for a quality service for the beneficiaries of the program and more valuable experience for the implementers of the program, which are the peer facilitators. Objectives to revitalize the life of the peer facilitators by providing unique guidance on how to facilitate the program for peer facilitators. To improve the quality of services offered by the peer facilitators to its beneficiaries and serves as a basis for creating innovations for further improvement of services offered by the peer facilitators. To stimulate social connectedness with the local communities that helps to enrich the lives of the peer facilitators and beneficiaries of the program. The module is meant to enhance the existing program for the peer facilitators best suited to the current need nowadays, centered in guidance and counseling. Through the activities recommended for the study, it is expected to result in better outcomes and more reliable desired result. So, here are the proposed module enhancement plan for peer counseling and the reason for doing such enhancement. There should be a regular meeting or follow-up about the concerned youth of the peer facilitating program because change is inevitable, so the sustainability of the program is necessary through constant follow-ups and interviews with the beneficiaries of the program. Sharing of experience or journal writing should be implemented from peer facilitators to serve as a reference for future facilitators. Proper documentation and narrative reports are necessary to keep track of the progress status of the youth as well as determine the weakness and strength of the program. Increase recognition to the best peer facilitators through incentives or awards. Incentives boost the morale of the peer facilitators and motivate them to work harder. Increase symposium training and seminars about mental health awareness for the peer facilitators and youth concerned. Symposium, seminars, and training serve as platform in addressing current issues and bridge in the dissemination of updates about the program. Increase distribution of infographics, pamphlets, and posters about mental health led by peer facilitators. Distribution of infographics, posters, and pamphlets bolsters awareness towards the member of the society about the peer facilitating group. I'm not going. Here's the part of the proposed module enhancement plan for peer counseling. I'm not going to read this part because it will be mentioned later in the findings and conclusions. In the overall percentage of the respondents of the study, the majority are teenagers, which are 70%, and 30% are in their early 20s. In terms of sex, the majority of the participants are female, which is a total of 70% of the respondents, and 30% of the respondent is male. In the current school affiliation of the respondents, 70% of them are studying at state universities, while the other 20% of the respondents are in private colleges or universities, and only 10% are not in school. Similarly, the schools where the respondents are affiliated are in the City of Balangan National High School and in Bataan National High School, which are both located in Balanga City, Bataan. In the study, it is revealed that Balanga City is the creator of the peer facilitating program for the youth. Finally, it is also indicated that the year when the respondents first joined the peer facilitating program ranges from 2016 to 2017. Based on the findings of the study, the following themes appeared as the highlights of the result of the study about the lived experiences of the selected peer facilitators in the city of Balanga. The joy of helping others and feeling of contentment that the peer facilitators get when they are in the midst of the activities of the peer facilitating program. It was an eye-opener to the respondents of the study that through their experiences in the peer facilitating program, someone can extend his or her hands to those that are in need, particularly the youth of today, in creating a safe and sound environment to a lot of youth living in the city of Balanga. Through the experiences gained by the peer facilitators about helping others surpass life's challenges, it gives a feeling of joy and contentment in their end as peer facilitators, which add up motivation in getting better, magnifying the peer facilitators' call. For personal growth and self-development, the peer facilitators realized how the program groomed them to be a better individual, as well as develop their personalities and profession. The peer facilitating program shaped the respondents to become the best that they can be in presenting themselves to the community and improve their craft, attitude, as well as motivation to achieve their goals in life. The third important experience of the peer facilitators are that the program is a platform in educating and increasing mental health awareness to youth. The respondents of the study revealed that one of the contributing factors of mental health awareness among the youth of the current generation is the peer facilitating program. The respondents added that part of their experiences as peer facilitators are also centered on educating young minds on how to properly take good care of themselves, as well as specifically in their mental health. The experiences of the respondents disclose that their journey is full of information which is both beneficial to the peer facilitators and beneficiaries of the program. The respondents of the study revealed that part of their experiences as peer facilitators is contributing to the community. Community services role. Community services role is necessary to their experiences to complete their journey as peer facilitators, since most of the programs experienced by the respondents is done in a community setup. Moreover, the respondents added that through the program, it allowed them to extend their hands to those that are in need and contribute meaningfully to the community. Practicing self-care. The study revealed that peer facilitators need proper self-care, which is necessary for them to perform effectively as peer facilitators. It was shown based on the responses of the study that peer facilitators is not an easy task if not handled with care. The respondents' experience about self-care conclude that an important practice in taking good care of the peer facilitator's health is through the use of self-care, which is taught during the training and seminar attended by the peer facilitators. On the insights of what is the essence of the experiences of In like manner, the result of the study shows that the respondents' experiences also involve resolving personal conflict and concerns, particularly in time management, wherein the respondents have learned the importance of budgeting their time wisely. Lastly, one of the essences of the experiences of the respondents under peer facilitation program is empowerment and empowering the youth of today. The peer facilitators express that their experiences are vital in bringing out the best in an individual and helping other people become better individuals for himself and the community. The conducted study illustrates that an enhanced proposed module about counseling is necessary to revitalize the life of the learner. Life of the peer facilitators by providing unique guidance on how to facilitate the program for peer facilitators, improve the quality of services offered by the peer facilitators to its beneficiaries, and serves as a basis for creating innovation for further improvement of services offered by the facilitators. Another is to stimulate social connectedness with local communities that help to enrich the lives of the peer facilitators and beneficiaries of the program. In conclusion, the peer facilitators' experience helped them discover more about themselves that allowed them to develop themselves personally. The peer facilitators' experiences are helpful to a lot of individuals that needs assistance and thus contribute greatly to the community through empowerment to the beneficiaries of the program. Third one is self-care is an important tool in taking a good care of the mental health of the peer facilitators to ensure their effectivity and efficiency. 4. The experiences of peer facilitators involve and contribute mainly to the campaign of mental health. Recommendations. Concerned government unit like the Department of Education and the City of Balanga should properly acknowledge the efforts given by the peer facilitators in coming up quality programs and practices that enhances the quality of helping others get through their adversities. Acknowledgement can be given to the proper recognition and support in enhancing the given best practices. It is also recommended to stress the vital roles that each participants play in creating an environment that would further improve the mental health of the peer facilitators. The administrative personnel must support the future researchers in their endeavors to improve the quality of life that peer facilitators has through the conduct of the researches meant for the peer facilitators. There should be a frequent information sharing workshops and adequate in-service training designed to develop and enhance effectivity of the peer facilitators, particularly in managing their time between peer facilitators and the student at the same time. Workshops can come from the City Health Office or other agencies responsible and worth it of giving trainings about basic life skills. The government should develop learning materials or modules according to the needs of the peer facilitators, which is suited to the individual differences of the peer facilitators conducting the program. There should be a revisiting of the policy about the peer facilitators program in the City of Balanga to continuously improve the existing policy and revise the policy according to what is the existing localized problem in the community. A monitoring tool should be annually revisited to keep an eye on the experiences of the peer facilitators as well as the services that they give to the community. A monitoring tool may serve as a basis about the peer facilitators program in keeping an update about the program and how the program can be upgraded to a better one through the monitoring tool of the policy. That ends my thesis presentation. Thank you for listening.